You just plant this triangle. You just secure your position. Place a ward on some high grounds. You'll cancel blink effectively. Kind of forces the Shaker to go for an Ags build because you just can't reliably blink initiate against Veno. And in addition, I think it's just the way that you can build the hero is always changing. It can be your tank. It can be a source of physical damage. You can build for magic damage. It can be any role. It can be any lane.
Yep.
It's always going to be effective, and ultimately it does high damage and provides structure damage.
Interesting that they ban out the Morphling as well when they have the Venomancer. Like when they did the first changes. Like I understand it now. Morph is really strong, but at the beginning when they made the changes to Poison Sting and everything, I thought Veno Vessel is the ultimate counter to Morphling.
That's a really good point because it's all with that change. Veno is one of, I think it's only degen aura.
Yeah.
It's Veno Sting and it's Vessel. They're the only things that decrease healing and regen. So that's like a mechanic you literally can't replace. Thus, the hero is going to be high value.
Vengeful here on the other side, if we talk about the Shaker and Venge, what positive sides we can see for them is you have this Vengeful that's really good versus the Void already, right? You have that swap.
Oh, sorry, it's Heartstopper Aura, not Degen Field. I've been playing too much Aghanims.
Sounds like you're playing way too much Aghanims.
Definitely. It's one of the more annoying ones to deal with. But yeah, the Rubik's just also solid here because it covers the Veno. I like the LC pick. You can dispel the Gale and the Poison Sting off yourself. It makes a Veno 5 effectively worthless, and I do hope that they put it somewhere else now because of
but they have Timber as well. They could possibly put the Timber mid, right? And then Venomancer offlane, but yeah. It looks like DLC definitely helps out quite a lot in the laning stage. I've seen a lot of these Veno players, they just stick with the wards instead. They go Poison Sting and Plague Wards and that's it. But if you're a position 5 and you're going for a build without a Gale, it just feels bad. Like you're not utilizing the hero really well. So maybe they can switch up the lanes a little bit, or maybe dodge the LC completely with Veno Void going somewhere else. Oh, Medusa, wow. All right.
Wow, so much emotion.
I'm amused. They have picked, like recently they've picked a lot of these drafts in which they have this one big core that they need to protect, and they failed. Like so far they didn't manage to do that, but they're sticking to their guns. They're playing the same kind of a playstyle.
I can't take you seriously right now. I don't know why. Oh my god.
Because he really does look like a Greek god.
Why does it feel like it's so damn early in the morning? I think this podcast really sidetracked me.
Probably did.
Indeed.
You've been easily sidetracked recently, Carl.
I will say this is a very solid and very G-like draft. You got old school players on the squad. Makes sense to go with some old school concepts because LC Deuce Avenge is something OG was running back when Fly was still even on the team. They won a couple of majors with this, if I'm not mistaken. Just triple auras. They do it with like a Shaker and ET. But the idea is eventually your Deuce is just so strong that you just follow her. You've got a hard save with the swap. You've got duel to lock down any target.
Press
and
the
you also
as well.
Force them to look at you. And yeah, the cleanse plus the IAS from the LCP, press the attack. Yeah.
So who are we favouring at the moment, though? You more on Extremum?
Oh, yeah, I think it's just easier to execute for sure.
Yep. Unless they pick something for Exotic Deer that's completely, out of the box, some cheese pick for them, it looks much easier for Extremum to execute this.
What if it's just next to the box, but like still touching it?
That's good enough.
It's good enough.
You'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take
gives
that.
them gives them the chance with the last,
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're thinking about those kind of picks as well, you're thinking about these mostly micro heroes, but they've protected themselves from that already. Like if there's a Brood, you have this Legion Commander. If there's a Meepo, there's a Shaker. If there's a Lone Druid, you have the Void Spirit as well that can get on top of him easier. And with the recent nerfs, maybe it can't even work. I haven't seen a lot of Lone Druid since the nerf to the Savage Roar.
I could see if OD is not banned, I think it's a very solid pick here. If it's a real hero, I haven't seen it played pretty much at all.
Yeah.
I've always liked it against Dusa. Sniper is also an option because you see the win condition and you know you're up against a Void Spirit mid. SF could also be a possibility. A pretty big fan of that hero, but I'm just concerned that they don't have a composition that can really end the game, so you're almost guaranteed going to be forced to fight into Roche. And against a Dusa Shaker LC lineup that feels pretty complicated. The Venge as well. It just seems like it's an easier game right now to play around this Dusa than it is for the Radiant side to play around their Void.
They don't have any damage as well when you think about it.
Yeah.
No real burst damage in that Chronosphere. And that same Chronosphere can be countered by the swap. You also have the Fissure block as well.
Do you just Venom mid here against Void Spirit?
I think you're fine until he hits 6, and then it can be a horrible lane for Venom. Until he reaches that 6. And I don't think you're gonna own him that hard.
Yeah, I just think they have to go for the mid game, and I'm afraid of a 5-position Veno in a game against a Legion Commander. I just don't see you really getting anything accomplished. And ultimately, it just means your support duo is super squishy.
Okay.
And they go for, I assume, Quaswex Invoker. Another solid hero against the Dusa because you just drain the mana with the EMP, but at the same time, it's just a very slow lineup. Who's making plays? It's got to be this Invoker because it won't be Timber and Void. Both your supports are real squishy.
Your pushing power is non-existent if he doesn't go for Exort. And if he goes for Exort, yeah, it's kind of decent with Chrono, right? But then again, you really do need Quaswex versus the Dusa, and you need this active core early on.
To me, it's just more concerning. You don't really have any hard, like, you have no real catch. And you've got a Shaker, and also specifically Void Spirit. So you've got this Blink threat from the Shaker later on in the game, and then Void Spirits, which is just Blink-independent initiation. So you're going to get right on top of a support or the Invoker. And if you knock down one of them, you don't have any real save mechanics. You have Combo Break, you could Tornado, you could maybe throw out a Chrono, whereas on the side of Extremum, somebody gets caught out, or they're going to get press the attack, they're going to get swapped, here's a Fissure. It's just so much easier for them to play off and inevitably get their ults off and win a fight. I gotta lean towards Extremum here.
Yeah, he's completely right. Extremum, like
he loves to hear it.
Like first time I'm on the panel and I have to agree with Kyle. Right? It's just, I can't take this, man. Let's go into the next game.
You were end this game now before it's even begun.
They can do some things, right? Like you can put the Venom on the offlane together with the Timber, and then put Rubik with the Void on the safe lane versus the LC. There are some things that you can do to make your life a little bit easier to come out of these lanes swinging. If that happens, if Timbersaw is unkillable in that mid game, you said it as well. They have these Plague Wards versus the Shaker. He won't be able to blink in to initiate properly. There are some upsides. 60-40 still for Extremum.
Well, it's only a best of one, guys. Thank you very much for your thoughts, because the loser will be going to the elimination match, and that's definitely where you don't want to be. But we've got Nomad and 1437 to take us through this first game. Guys, is it Extremum all the way?
Yeah, well, I think we kind of were agreeing with you guys. This Medusa pick with the Venge looks hella scary. We've cast it a few times before, and that is not a combination I think you want to be coming up against. So, yeah, we're looking out for that one. Theban, you're agreeing, right?
Oh yeah, it's just like how Kai said, you got all these auras stacked up onto the Dusa, you got the press the attack. It's just come down to 5Comrades. I think the ball is in their court. They're the ones who need to push the aggression and constantly try to get out there and stop Extremum from farming. This Dusa is no joke if it ever hits the 35-minute mark or 30-minute mark, especially if they get the attack range item, the tier 3. Oh, the name is not coming to me right now.
No, we have a
Telescope.
disconnect.
There we go.
We have a disconnect already, Theban. We spent a long time waiting for this lobby, and now I've got someone dropping out, but we'll wait for them to reconnect. But yeah, I mean, when you drop down to this losers group here, this is an entirely new group created out of all the bottom places throughout the rest of the tournament. Only 2 people are going to be going home from this. So this is when you really need to pull it together. You're in a best of one situation. The pressure is on. 5Comrades. You put yourself in this kind of very tricky, but not impossible to execute draft. What are the good things about the 5Comrades draft then? What do you see could work well for them?
Well, they have 5 heroes who are really good at coming into the fights early in the game. The Timbersaw especially, I think he's going to have a good lane regardless of who he matches up against, unless he starts to make a lot of mistakes. And then the Dusa does need to sit in the triangle area, around the mid area for like a solid 5 to maybe 8 minutes before she's fight ready. So during that time, I think 5Comrades, they got to put the pressure. They got to take this mid tower. They got to invade that triangle, stop the Dusa from farming. And if they can somehow kick the Dusa out of that area, make her start farming side lanes where it's a lot more dangerous for her and she can actually get picked off, I think they can slow down her farm just enough where they can build onto that lead. on 5Comrades. But that's a lot to ask for, honestly. Like, you don't want to be in that position where you need to keep on playing aggressively non-stop in the game, because you know if you even make one mistake, this Dusa, she's just going to get out of hand, and they got so many auras and so many buffs that can be added onto this Dusa later in the game that she's going to become unkillable, I think.
Yeah, that is the scary part, the 4 Protect 1, but that one can be made vulnerable. You know, they do have the Chronosphere, they do have a bit to try and bring it down, but yeah, I mean, they're certainly not short of saves on the side of EXTREMUM, which is one of the reasons why we are scared about this. But who does actually farm faster, especially with the Void recently going for these Midas builds? Is that going to be enough to allow the Void to at least keep up with the Medusa, or is he still going to be too far behind?
Well, he's going to keep up with the Dusa by fighting. He needs to fight, he needs to get kills on the map, he needs to get some assists or kill gold, whatever, and then he needs to farm once his chrono's on cooldown. But if he just tries to go into a farm war against Dusa, where he just plays very passively and not actively looking at playing or taking farm away from the Dusa, I think he's going to lose that battle, for sure. Like, there's not many heroes that can actually farm fast at Dusa. Dusa might even be the fastest farming hero in the game if you just let her do her thing.
Yeah, let it hit them creeps. One thing I want to point out quickly is that the Earthshaker has actually bought a smoke already out to himself. So this is implying that he's going to go for a very, very early rotation, maybe on that middle lane. Does this surprise you? You know, it's Invoker, right?
Yeah. It's not really normal to do this. It could be also he's like holding this smoke so that they can get more smokes out for later. But if he does make a play on mid, it's definitely possible. The Invoker has very low movement speed. Void Spirit really good at dishing out damage in the early stages, especially at level 3. So we'll see what he actually does with this smoke. I think he's going to look at the creep equilibrium and play off that. But right now, the Legion Commander has like a double wave. This is one of the strengths of Earthshaker with the fissure blocks and such. You can build this big wave going to your opponent. So the early waves, you're not really being contested. With the Legion Commander, you can see now she's already level 2.5. Pretty much got every single creep on this top lane. Yeah, this is like the time where you really want to be pressuring heroes. So this Legion's going to have a good game for sure.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. They really cannot pressure this Legion particularly hard here, and I don't think she's going to feel in much danger at all. And this is a dream lane for a Shaker as well. You know, Shaker doesn't want to be this guy sitting in lane, harassing, taking XP. He just wants to go and mess, you know, block the pull camps himself, maybe get some cheeky fissures out here and there if needs be, but he doesn't actually want to show up in this lane at all, really. It might leave him low on XP, but that is your job as a position 4, and this Legion is going to be very happy because of it. And there we go, just press the attack off that Fate Bolt. Easy peasy. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we've got the Medusa and we've got the Vengeful Spirit versus the Venomancer and the Timbersaw. Currently, things looking not great for the Medusa to start things off. They're doing a decent job putting on a bit of pressure.
Yeah, this is going to get much harder for the Dusa too once the Timbersaw gets that level 2 reactive armor.
He's in trouble. Going for the TP out here, and G will be successful. Meanwhile, that by Llama, just getting right-clicked by Nefrit, but Nefrit unable to close the gap and won't find that kill. So we'll even in the bottom lane as they continue to just kind of brawl, and no one's really hitting that many creeps, to be honest. We're 8-2 and 5-3 compared to the top lane where we're 12-1 and 11-2. Mid. Oh, the Tuck, he's so very low, but he is going to get away with this.
Yeah, he didn't use a smoke here, but you can see the idea for the Earthshaker. He stood around top, he blocked the camps twice, and then he started rotating mid. He knows at this point the Legion doesn't need any help whatsoever, especially considering it's a Rubik position, like as a support with the Faceless Void. So there's going to be a lot of pressure out on this Invoker here.
Bottom lane Snake nearly finishes the job. They need a couple more right clicks. G trying to close the gap, but isn't able to do so. And the Blaze guy's going to keep on farming up. He's just going to ignore his Veno, who's just popping these salves, chugging them down like a madman in this lane as they continually try to get kills, but not doing so just yet.
Yeah, this Venge has to get this lane back. You know, G used to be a mid player for like, what, 9 years? I think even more than that, 10 years plus. And now seeing him as a position 5, it's a very big surprise, like, for me at least. He was actually an incredibly good mid player too. It just, I guess at this point he feels like he wants to try something else.
Mid, Fisher comes in. That's going to be the kill. Melodon and Velhol will bring him down. Flash tries to get the return kill onto Velhol here and should actually be able to do so. Nice DP and lift from him, but doesn't make up for the death of their mid laner. And that was also the first blood as well going to Melodon. So he's going to be very happy about that one on the Void Spirit.
Oh yeah, he's up like 600 gold on this Invoker now after that. And this Invoker's feeling so much pressure in this mid because of the Earthshaker and the fact that Legion is just able to 1v2 top lane even if the Rubik was up there. this feels really bad for 5Comrades because they want to be the one getting the advantage in the early game so they can keep on applying pressure. Now, the Void Spirit being so far ahead is going to be able to protect that mid tower throughout this game. And if the mid tower is protected, then the Deuce is just going to free farm around that area, the Ancients area and the bottom jungle area. I feel like that's pretty much the farming pattern for every single carry now, between like, let's say 7 minutes to 16 minutes, I would say. So 10 minutes, they just want to be able to farm there. They feel like that's where they get the most amount of gold and experience and are quite well protected. So this Void Spirit, big problem right now. They got to think about how they can punish him one time while he's trying to dive this Invoker so the Invoker can get that advantage again.
Yeah, I think it's important that he can make space because someone needs to. I mean, the Timbersaw, he's having a battle of his own down in this bottom lane, but someone needs to be the one pulling ahead and able to lead the charge of 5Comrades. But can we talk about this pause reason for a little bit? Pepai Lana says dogs are freaking out.
Dogs
get the rule book out. Is that a reason for a pause? I mean,
well, okay, let me try to think about it. Okay, they could be guard dogs, right? That maybe someone's breaking into his home, right?
Okay, that would be reasonable.
That could be reasonable, and maybe he's got to go check it out. What's happening? I've also heard, especially in Southeast Asia, dogs are used as an insult, which is baffling because dogs are like one of the kindest, most amazing creatures.
Dogs great
in the world, right? And then they use that as an insult. So maybe he's talking like maybe if that's
children.
The case. Yeah, there's like some people
My kids
that are
are messing
freaking
out.
that he would consider dogs, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
Still a creative pause reason. I've had some good pause reasons over time. I remember that we were doing this. Someone paused because they spilt milk on their keyboard. We had to have like a 15-minute pause for them to sort out their keyboard. Good times. I think it ended up not being milk, but his teammates just said it was milk just because it sounded funny. Anyway, Gia's been cool. Looked like the comrades have sorted out their dogs. I don't know what he did to them. Hopefully nothing too disciplinary. Hopefully the dogs are nice and safe and calmed down. Maybe played some relaxing music and gave him a little doggy massage or something. But nevertheless, we are back into the game and let's get refocused in on this one as we approach this 5-minute mark. And currently, nothing going extremely bad or extremely well. I mean, Legion's kind of started to fall behind a little bit in this top lane, which is kind of surprising. I thought she'd be able to pressure the Void very well, especially the fact that they're kind of just 1 versus 1 for a while. So Rubik and Shaker have been busy in the mid quite a lot, but the Void's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, I think the lane will get harder for the Void though, because the Legion has a Bracer. She's about to get to the phase boot, so she's got a lot of tank ability against this Void. And the Void doesn't really buy any sustain items either.
Yep.
So he's got more tangles flying out. He's got to spend more money on regen, and that's gonna be a lot more difficult for the Void. The bounty runes. Looks like only one will go the way of Extremum. Not really rotating for that. All right. That's okay. I mean, they don't really have to worry too much about the bounty runes at the moment. They just want to focus on getting their levels up. And that's the thing about Aura teams and Aura compositions. The most important thing is actually just getting levels up on your heroes.
Yeah, XP. Absolutely. One thing I wanted to talk about this game as well is kind of like the Roshan and objective potential of 5Comrades. It's pretty lacking, right? I mean, it's you've pretty much only got your Void to take towers and Roshan, which isn't much. I guess the Invoker can help out a little bit, but he's going Quas Wex, so he's not going to be doing much. Meanwhile, just another TP out in the bottom lane. No big deal. Oh, Medusa actually went all the way back to base. Wow. That seemed like a bit of a mistake from Nefrit.
Yeah, she's gonna make that walk of shame back to bottom. Still gonna be able to get that XP though. If the Timber hits level 6 and starts going behind the tower, that's when it becomes really problematic for the Dusa, especially with the Void Spirit. I don't think he's strong enough to be able to kill this Timber at all. So this Timber is actually in a really prime position to start pressuring, especially with the Catapult still being alive down here. And they're gonna make him play top. They're going for the base Void. They got that duel.
Yeah, they know they're not going to get the cool with the Jewel, but it will set up for Mellow Jewel to come in and finish the job. A lot of Jewels in the top lane, but it does involve Exotic Deer going down, which is a key kill for Extreme. Just getting that 6 really early on the Legion Commander and abusing Void with it. Down at bottom
So-
though, they're looking for some counter aggression here as they're diving deep for Nefrit here under that tower. Meanwhile, G just stuns out Flash, but Flash comes in around the back. Beautiful wardblocks coming out from the Venomancer as well, but he's taking some damage from the tower. Nefrit getting so low, but they're actually struggling to finish the job here, but the Timber Chain will do it. The Bloody Sky will grab the kill, and they get the return in the bottom lane. So just making the counter trades here, the side of 5Comrades. Not bad. Not
That's a dead
bad.
tower. That's a dead tower because of the catapult. And the reason why they were able to make this play is because the Void Spray TP top to kill the Void.
Yep. Exactly, just the mirror movement as Nataki comes in now, and they're looking for the +1 onto G. Might not be able to find him though as he gets under that tier 2 tower and that armor, that health regen, and attacking of the tower just means they can't go that early for the Venge. But yeah, tower is dead, and Exotic Deer even TP's down here to claim it for himself as well, so he's going to be very happy making his way towards that naked hand of Midas very, very quickly. Is this normal?
I think he has to do that, right? If he wants to keep up. And Invoker mid, just a little bit pressure. It's okay. Anyway, I was going to say, he has to do it, I think. He got this free lane bottom now. He doesn't really need to go power chest to start pressuring up the opponent. So he'll get the Midas. That'll let him get to the power chest before he starts to go and fight. And the Timbersaw going top means that this tower, tier 1 tower top, is probably never going to die for 5Comrades. This Timber is just like unkillable already. And he's going for a phase goods build too. More armor. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh, they get the haste,
a bit
on
of
the voice
armor.
spread. He's kind of happy with that too. Yeah, I don't think I see this often where Timber actually goes for a phase boots.
Well, I think there's signs of the 5Comrades being able to pull off a exciting game here. Definitely performing slightly higher than expected in this laning phase, at least. Still a lot of Dota 2 played, still a long way to go, and there's still that huge threat from Medusa, which is going to be consuming the map, and of course a team to back her up as well. The proof in the pudding is going to be in the middle game. But currently, Void with the 8-minute 30 Midas first usage. We're feeling very happy about that, Exotic Deer. And he can now look towards those power treads. Yeah, completely, like, he died once and then got himself a tower at bottom, and that's just led him towards the decent Midas timing. Yeah, they're looking. Don't know who they're looking for, though. Ping's coming up on the higher ground. I mean, they've got the Chrono to play around with the Void, so clearly they want to go and play with him. And Nefrit would be an amazing target here. Nefrit, he doesn't know, he turns around, but they do pop the smoke a little bit early here, allowing Nefrit a little bit of time to just back himself away. But the EMP is going to drop. They do get him inside. That's a lot of his HP gone, and a lot of his mana taken away. He's trying to turn it around. Meanwhile, starting from the backlines comes in from G. Meanwhile, the Shaker trying to help out with this one as well. The Medusa is not dead, and Nataki under the tower. They get the dust out onto him, but the Chrono Sphere comes in from Exotic Deer to save him, but can't really get any aggressive potential off from this Chrono. It is entirely a defensive one and allows them to back away. Meanwhile, they will get the return kill onto Flash, or sorry, the only kill onto Flash in the back as Velhol finds him. Meanwhile, an optimistic TP out from Mr. Venomancer. See you later, buddy. He's taken out.
Ooh, that smoke play. I mean, they tried to go on the Medusa, but the Medusa got the snake off before the EMP completely drained all of her mana. And then when the snake came back, she got some mana back. She became very tanky. They didn't have any more damage left in there. I feel like they need to play with a Timber Saw somehow. Instead of the Timber being top, he should probably be around middle, so they can start pressuring up this mid tower. That's the most important tower for them to take if they actually want to stop the Medusa from farming, and the Timber can still connect to you in the jungle if you try to make any plays on the Medusa. Him being top is just like, okay, free farm for him, but then he's not really applying any pressure to the opponent.
Yeah, he's not being a team player, the Bloody Sky. He's being a Timber player. They jump towards, just chasing back Melody here.
Mid.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. The catapult too.
Are you sure you haven't got your mic set to, like, so they can hear you or something? Because he's just like, oh, okay, Thiebman, I'll go do that. Thanks, man. Heads in towards the middle lane.
This is perfect for them. This is how you actually apply pressure and stop the opponent from being able to farm all three of the lanes. Just go middle. Start hitting the tower.
Yep. Jump forward. Oh my god, this shake. Jesus, dude. I mean, he's not dead yet. The swap comes in to save him. Meanwhile, Flash in the backlines gets shut up by Melojule. A look over towards the side here. Devi Lama just backing himself away, but Afterlife is chasing, and he has got that duel. Throws it on down here. Nataki can do nothing but watch as Venomancer is dispatched, as they also get the kill onto Velhort in the backlines as well. Swap back. Bloody Sky could be in trouble. The Remnant connects, but he lands a Timber Chain regardless. A nice two-man tornado helping him out. Bloody Sky's not done here, actually. He's trying to turn it around. He's going to blow up the Venge. Beautifully done by the Bloody Sky here, realizing the strength here, but he might be in a bit of trouble now. In comes a Timber Chain away, and they just can't seem to bring him down. This Timber Saw is a boss. Extremum don't have the answers. The tower's dead, yeah.
Well, they got 2 for 2 trades, and guess what? During all this time, the Faceless Void, he was just free farming, right? Even the Medusa had to go middle to protect this tower. She knows exactly how important it is for this tower not to die. So she was not farming. Void was farming. He's taken over the Dusa in last hits now. Also in net worth, he's the highest at this point. He's got Chrono coming off cooldown in 5 seconds too, so he's probably going to look to do something with that.
Yeah, honestly, this Timbersaul's been a way bigger factor than we predicted. Is this him playing well, or is it EXTREMUM just allowing him to have too much of a game, or is it just a product of the draft? But we will answer that in a minute as we get over toward the Dev Llama just getting completely murdered on a bit of a warding mission and gets picked off, unfortunately. But these guys coming in here, run a couple of spells down. Melojul's going to be the target right now. He is the highest farmed hero in the game. If they get this kill, it could be pretty big, and he is in trouble right now. Trying to turn it around, maybe. I mean, he's just kind of stuck. He's just stuck. He gets killed off. I don't know what he's doing here. I mean, this is the highest net worth hero on the side of the Radiant, and he's having very little game impact right now.
Yeah, I think this is a product of Radiant's draft needing a lot of levels before they're actually useful. Think about it. Earthshaker needs a Blink Dagger. And he needs max level of Aftershock before he is extremely impactful. Vengeful Spirit needs her auras maxed out, Terror maxed out, and Dusa needs quite a few items, plus the bench to have all those levels up before she's in any fighting condition. On the side of 5Comrades, they can do whatever they want right now. They got the Timbersaw, who's very tanky. Radiant doesn't have the damage of the map. Yeah, this Shaker, oh boy, he's so dead.
So I was gonna say, like, he cut down the trees. I'm certain they saw him, and he was just kind of sitting there like, nah, guys, it's all good. I'm a master of stealth.
And the Invoker's there too, so he can't even like TP out or do anything. And he's still quite some ways from that Blink Dagger. What, 1,000 more gold? Things are not looking good for EXTREMUM. They're losing towers everywhere. And this is a 13-minute tier 2. Like, they're playing as aggressively as I thought they should on the side of 5Comrades, so. It's very, very solid gameplay coming out from them, and they can just keep on pushing this lead. If this Void gets ahead while his team is also strong, that can be very scary for the Dusa. He should probably go like some kind of Manta Diffusal Blade maybe, so he got some extra mana burn. That could be kind of helpful against the Dusa too. On top of the EMP,
the Void Spirit as well. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those games. We've seen Void games like this before, where rather than focusing on that one hero in the 4 Protect 1 strat, they actually go for everybody else. You know, they look for the Venge, they look for the Void.
Yeah, you need to do that this game, because the Venge will just swap out whoever you chrono. So it's much better if you can like chrono, let's say, a Legion and a Venge together or something, than trying to chrono like a Dusa and a Void Spirit even. Because they're going to be very tanky, and the Venge is just going to swap out one of them, whoever you're focusing.
Well, Timbersaw hunting once again. Melojul is the target, but Melojul will jump himself away. Still trying to find this Orchid. It's just kind of a slow item, really. And a slow item in a slow team, in a slow game. 5Comrades trying to punish that as best they can. Do you think there's something else he could have gone for?
I think he needs to go some kind of Yules and Ags. Oh, Legion gonna get a duel up on the free kill.
Alrighty, there you go. Nice little
snack
snack
he
for
wasn't level 12 though, so he only got 10 damage from that.
Low value. Should have gone and killed the Ancient Camp before he killed him.
Oh, nice chrono.
Void Spirit in some trouble, but they don't actually have the damage to bring him down inside of it. And now the double jump away under the dude, but he's not. But this guy's still chasing. He is on top of this guy, but the swap comes in. The Void Spirit, is he really going to live? He's bottling up. Sunstrike comes down. Oh no, it doesn't quite catch him. 10 HP. Are you kidding me? The bloody Sky still trying to chase him though. We're not done yet, but maybe we should be. He is going to slam the brakes a little bit here. They will accept their loss. A lot committed to Melojul here, but the hero's just too damn slippery.
Damn. I mean, they're still playing very well on the side of 5Comrades here. Even though they didn't get that kill there, they pushed out top. They took it to the tier 2. They forced some reactions there. They got this really amazing aggressive ward in the triangle area that is going to be very hard for EXTREMUM to deward, and that could possibly net them a kill on the Dusa in like the next 5 minutes, I think. And if they can do that, I think 5Comrades are going to be in an amazing spot.
And Velhol goes in with Blink Dagger here onto the Rubik just to find himself another easy duel for the Legion Commander. Vision pinged out. Meanwhile, the Bloody Sky, he's just chilling under the tier 2. No worries. Doesn't fear anybody in this game, it seems. He's just punching the tower. There's a Legion going, sir, please stop. That's my tier 2. But the Bloody Sky doesn't care. who does he need to fear in this game, right? Until the Dusa has like, what, 2 or 3 items? At least 3 items. Maybe Backline's low. We got some action going on. Oh my goodness, that is a slam coming down onto both the Invoker and the Venomancer, and they will both be murdered in quick style. Yeah, Exotic Deers realizing this is probably not his fight. He's going to back himself away. And yeah, I mean, no chrono on him, so he doesn't really want to fight anyway, to be honest. I mean, a little bit messy, and another duel coming forward here. Jesus Christ, this Rubik is chain feeding, dude.
He's got 60 damage now on the LC.
Yep, and now they look towards the Timbersaw. They're trying to take down the big boy. Can they do it? Another duel comes out. I don't even know how the spell's off cooldown. What is his cooldown? 10 seconds? But he's up to 80 damage. What the hell?
Wait, hold on. What was that? The duel from the Rubik first? And
it must have been. There's no way. It must have been.
Yeah. It was a duel from the Rubik, and then the Legion dueled the Timber. Now I don't know what the Rubik was thinking. Yeah.
I want to give this Legion some more duel damage. There you go, buddy. All right, he's gone from like 20 duel damage to 80 duel damage in the space of like 3 minutes. This is insane.
Yeah, so Extremum are starting to hit their power spikes, like the Blink Dagger Earthshaker. You know, you always think this Shaker is a real bad hero until these Shaker players get their Blink, right? The moment you got that Blink, you got that juicy double echo off and then net them 2 kills, and then they just go instantly to the mid tower after that. Rubik makes a slight mistake, and all of a sudden, you lost your mid tower. The game is looking so much better for Extremum, and this is where like they start hitting their power spikes with their level ups, and again the Blink Dagger. Dusa got her Manta. She's going for a attack range item, the Dragon Lance here. So eventually she's going to be hitting from like another screen away, and you're not going to be able to stop her.
Yeah, that's going to be hard, especially for heroes like the Void, which want to kind of just be uninterrupted inside their chrono. For the Invoker, who doesn't really want to come in and just take a ton of damage. The Timbersaw won't care at least, but he hasn't really cared much about this game. He's just doing what he wants. Another smoke up.
Jules next item. I mean, he's kind of underfarmed, honestly. Although, like, he has 3 kills and stuff, I don't feel he's super farmed at this point in the game.
Who, the Timber?
Yeah, the Timber. The Timber.
I mean, he kind of had that point where he was farming top, and then he was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of play with my team, put pressure, and now, well, they're jumping forwards here, but it's actually the Void who's in trouble. He's silenced up, beaten down. Is he actually going to get a chance to get up the chrono here? He cannot do so. Killed off by the Orchid off the Void Spirit. That is a huge problem now, as they don't have buyback from the Void either to come in with the chrono late into this fight. Another duel going the way of Legions. He hits 100, and now the slam comes down onto the Invoker and the Timber. Timber trying to run himself away. The silence a little bit late, as he does still get off the Timber chain. He's on the run. I'm not sure they will actually be able to take him down, and they realize this. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's not bother. Let's push some towers. Let's do something productive.
Oh, man, that was literally the worst hero they could have ran into, because she's super tanky, and right in front of a tier 2 tower, so even if she was alone, they could have TP'd in, swapped her out, taken the fight, but instead the Void just got orchided up, killed off right away. He went for a Maelstrom build, so until he gets BKB, he's super vulnerable in every fight. He actually can't do anything. Like,
yeah, with this Orchid up, it's too scary. Like, he needs a Time Warp to stay alive, and that's not a luxury he has. And even if he doesn't have, like, even if he doesn't get Orchided, you've still got Duel. You've still got, like, the Void Spirits, Remnants, the Aether Remnant, the stun from Venge, I don't know.
Even if he gets that BKB, if he does get dueled up, he will die to the Venge and the Dusa combo here. So that's what I was thinking. He needed something like a Manta at least, and then Diffusal, so he can Manta split the Orchid early on. Still a pretty good early game item for you. And then if the Legion does blink on you can also Manta that, and she's not going to be sure which one is a real one. So it's kind of hard, I feel like, with this Maelstrom build-up that the Void is going for. He's not going to be fight ready, even if he has a BKB. Maybe he can go in Chrono BKB, try to get out right after, but if he doesn't kill like really important targets, the Legion and the Dusa are just going to kill him. Oh my god, look at the Legion's
damage. Man. Yeah, I was just about to say, this Legion has 100 damage, Blink Drum's BKB phase, so I mean, I don't know where this Legion has pulled out all of this farm from, but she is just absolutely bulging.
I know
Rubik.
Where. There's a 1 in 6 Rubik. Yeah, I think that's where she got all her farm and damage from. It was like 3 duels, one after the other off cooldown.
One of which was the Rubik's. Venno going for the TP, but another day, another duel, another big helping of damage. A dollop of damage for the Legion.
At this point, the Legion is a harder carry than the Dusa.
Agreed.
at this point. So the bench is like, all right, Dusa, friendship with you has ended. Legion, it's just you and me, buddy. So he's just starting to follow him around. And also the bench has a Vladimir's aura, which is really good item on this hero.
Yep.
They're looking for that telescope for the tier 3. If they can get a telescope in this game, I feel like this game is just sealed for EXTREMUM.
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge. It's like so different how the lineup will play with the telescope and without it.
Yeah, the cast range, attack range, as you mentioned before, very, very important. But I mean, this Legion, I mean, I know we're going on about it a bit, but when he's around the Venge with the Vengeance Aura and with the Vlads, he's getting close to 400 damage. This is 22 minutes into the game, guys. This isn't normal.
Beast mode Legion.
Terrifying stuff. It's absolutely terrifying. They've
They
got Bloody
found the
Sky
void.
kind of. Oh no, they're going for him right now. Blinking, but no, he gets a time walk away.
How do you know? Because of Dusa?
I don't know, man. He's just a Jedi. I mean, well, unfortunately, Tim Saw is getting his truffles a little bit ruffled here, and he's going to get chopped up and served up for dinner. See you later, buddy.
Dude, that timber just melted.
Yeah.
Oh,
That guy used to sit on the tier 2s.
strong.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I remember when he used to sit on the tier
Yeah.
2s. Gone are the
See,
days.
This is the Chad Legions that we talk about, right? You know, there's those Legion commanders that buy like phase boots, pipe, just sitting behind the Dusa, press the attacking or something. No. This Legion, he knows what's up. He got the aura items, but he's still building for his own damage. He's even going for an MKB next. He knows he's the one who's going to carry this game, or at least be able to solo kill whoever he duels up.
I'm actually kind of tilted because this is what every single one of my offlaners in pubs tries to be. They're just like, you know, what they don't believe in the offlane. To them, the offlaner is carry 2.0. You know, it's kind of sad to watch, but at the same time beautiful as well because obviously Afterlife is 100% doing this. All Day is having a stellar performance here. Poor old Exotic Deer hasn't really get his feet in the water yet. I mean, I have been impressed by previous performances from Exotic Deer in this tournament, despite them not doing great so far. He's had some decent performances, but unfortunately, yeah, this game is looking kind of rough.
I guess they really picked the correct draft to deal with Faces Void. The Legion Commander is so good. Faces Void has to be
BKB wants to chrono, but there comes the Yules. Yak manages to bait the Yules. Now drops a chrono, and they've got Flash coming in from behind. Do they have to damage? Jewel comes in to save him. Hello, my name's Legion. Give me your damage, bitch. And he's going to get it. Down he goes. But now the slam comes down onto the Invoker as well. He's going to get taken on down. Meanwhile, Melojul does finally die to Flash. That's about it. And Afterlife isn't done. He blinks in the front, getting it, just chopping away at this Rubik. Surprisingly tanky for a Rubik, but does still get brought down. And yeah, even I'm starting to feel this game might be looking a little bit over, I'm afraid. I don't want to call it too
Look where
early.
she's hitting from. Look where she's hitting from right now.
Yeah.
Dire's
Between the
same
tier
player
1 and the tier
existence.
2. Dude, they're just, this bench is just buffing so, like, there's so much value from this bench in this game. It's just unreal, and it's getting close to that 4 staff as well. All he has to do is follow the Dusa or follow the Legion, and that's it. At this point in the game,
Follow the Legion, follow the Legion. It's looking very hard. I don't know. What's the comeback potential for 5Comrades?
Right.
Are they solely relying on EXTREMUM's mistakes now?
they need to. Okay, well, first Timber's most likely dead here. There's a duel that's gonna come up.
Yules. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have it. Well, I mean, he did just about have it, but I mean, it wouldn't have done anything. He's out of there.
Right.
5 heroes
I
in his
think-
face.
What needs to happen is this Invoker needs to change his game plan from going for a BKB into an Aghanim's right now, right? And then they need to get a nice juicy chrono on the Legion and the bench together. If they
Yeah.
can do that, and then they get this Cataclysm going and they burst both of those heroes inside the chrono, which is actually possible,
scanning.
then they can take a fight from there. And then they gotta do that for like 3 or 4 more times after that. Okay,
So, yeah.
everybody's just food, dude. This Venomancer and Rubik are just like big creeps on this map. Honestly, this Legion just blinks on top of them and 2 taps them.
Yeah. I don't know what Llama tastes like, but I think Afterlife definitely does with the amount of times he's killed Davai Llama in this game. He's got an acquired taste for it. Who the Alana though? I mean, those things are goddamn cute.
He's got a Shadow Blade on the LC2. He's just gonna keep on hunting back all like this. Like anybody who walks out, he will duel them. He doesn't care. Even the Void, I think he will duel them, assuming there's someone nearby. But mainly he's looking for the Rubik and the Venom.
Ooh, interesting blink. That's not going to get him very far, but Exotic Theory is kind of on the backlines here. They've happened to put the BKB on the Legion Commander as well, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Earthshaker and the Void are really far away, so they don't want to take that bad engagement at the moment. But they're on the way now, though. The Medusa is trying.
Yeah.
Yes, she has Aegis. She doesn't care about this.
No, you're right. She does not care at all. Extremum just going to regroup and get some more lanes pushing. I mean, they've got one more out of tower to take. That's a tier 2 bottom. And that's the, you know, the classic. First Aegis, take the outer towers. Second Aegis, take high ground. It is timeless. Well, the jump forwards. Venno going to get used up. And, well, no, Jewel coming out just... Oh, never mind. There comes the Jewel. Slice, slice. Oh, can they stop it? No, they can't. 220 damage. Very cool.
My god. Yep. Very cool, you say?
Yep.
I don't think 5Comrades find that very cool.
I think they find that very lame. Mefrit just whacking away at the tier 3 now. He doesn't care about the second Aegis. He can do it on the first. He is feeling like an absolute boss man right now. Invoker still going for this BKB. Still a bit of chunk of gold away.
You know, it'd be very cool if you can see who gave away that damage. You know? Like,
well, they
if
have
you
like
click
an
on
indicator.
Venomancer, it says like, you know, -50. Then you click on Rubik, it's like -130, right?
Yeah. Give it 130 damage to Medusa. That would give your teammates something to click, wouldn't it? Those pingers in your pals being like, ding, 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 pinging your items and such. Oh, that gets me. Duel out onto the Timber Stalk, trying to keep him alive here. The Stolen Press the attack going to help out a little bit to get off that silence. The Chrono on the backlines trying to find the Earthshaker here, but he's just not doing enough damage. The Silent Strike comes down, but it's still not enough. Dabailana dead on the front lines. Bloody Sky getting super low here. Exotic Deer cannot find Bellhole. The swap comes in, finally gets a kill, but now Melodil's on top of him. They silence it up. They're beating him down. The Void Spirit needs to get himself away. Can't get off the Time Walk because he gets used up, and now they just come crashing in on top of him. They collapse on Exotic Deer, get that kill. Bloody Sky still on the run, but gets taken down by an overwhelming odds, and that is going to be 3 heroes dead on the side of the Comrades. Meanwhile, nothing gained. Nothing. Oh, wow. Void Spirit, buddy. Nah, Fisher comes in to save the day. He's all good. Dodges the damage as well, because why not?
Yeah, they got that Earthshaker buyback there. It was a
Legion. Slam down. Nataki, he's going to get used up here. He might be okay. Run himself away. Jesus, this Medusa's not here to mess around. Meanwhile, they'll pick off Flash on the sidelines, running back in onto the Timber Storm. They get the duel. They'll get the kill. Another one. 250 damage now on old Half-Life.
This Legion, man. From his laning, where he got all that mass XP in the first wave because the Earthshaker blocking and the good matchup against the Void there, into just snowballing out of control by farming the opponent's supports. With his duel.
Invoke. Oh my god. There was an Invoker there. If you blinked in, if you guys blinked, you might have missed him. GG is called. Yeah, this is an absolute running over. They are completely steamrolling them. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they did some cool stuff though mid-game. I mean, in the early game with the 5Comrades, but then once Extremum started getting those levels and the Legion farmed the Venom and the Rubik a few times, things just got out of